you doing? It is a 2-year-old Tuesday, so you got your future stars forecast here. And I have a very special guest who has one of the most exciting juvenile prospects out there who's going to look to shine bright, hopefully, on Future Stars Friday. And that is Michelle Lovell, trainer of Damon's Mound, who just, this horse, um, first of all, you were going to give us a peek at him at the barn. Because of the Wi-Fi situation. Unfortunately, we didn't get that.
Yeah, no, we might try on the very end. So if you lose me, you just lose me.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries about that. So first of all, I mean, let's just talk about the fact that this horse on debut, he just blew the doors off the competition, just totally ripped their hearts out, won by over 12 lengths. I'm trying to find the official margin, 12 and a half. Were you expecting him to win first out, one? And two, did you have any idea he was going to do it in that fashion?
I expected that he could win first out. Yes, for sure. We really, really loved him. In that fashion, that easily, no, we didn't know. So it was something we didn't expect for him to do quite that easily. And wow, he just wowed us. He wowed everybody. It's so great.
What was it like when he was just opening up out in the field? I have the replay here I can play on the side. Just tell us, when a horse wins, it's already exciting, but when they just completely destroy the competition, it's just something else.
Yeah, yeah, because there were some nice horses in there, and I think 3 of them came back and they broke their maidens. So
Yes, you had 3 next out
you know,
winners,
right.
and so here we go. We'll just show the replay here on the side. Where were you watching this?
I always walk with my horses out to the track, so it's usually at the winner's circle, and I was just on the rail watching, and
Did you have anybody with you going, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh." And we might
when
have
he
a
was doing this right here, just kind of easing up, he's
Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, when he was easing up right here under his own power, and Gabriel knows him so well. I mean, he just let him just cruise on up. I was like, oh, we're gonna win this race. This is so exciting. But I thought he'd win by a few. I didn't know he was gonna draw off like he did. He's an amazing
It's
horse.
it's unbelievable. He just gets his head down into the bit and gone. And this is a first crop representative of Haskell winner Girvin. Uh, and just what an exciting prospect. Look at it. It looks like he's doing this for fun here.
Yeah, he actually was. I mean, that right there was exceptional. He was just like breaking sticks. I mean, it was easy. Uh, and he done everything in the mornings like that too. So I mean, we just had no idea because we couldn't ask him to do more. We never asked him to do anything except for behave, and he always behaved so well. I mean, we couldn't ask him to go any faster because he did it all on his. I was like, Gabe, we've got to teach this horse something. You've got to be able to move on him, throw across something, put him behind a horse. So the horse really learned to relax because he had to work with my other horses, which are normal horses, and he had to sit there with them and work like in 49s, 48 and changes. And so it taught him how to rate apparently, and that was really good for him. So
Well,
yeah, he's
well,
amazing.
well, oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, what was the aftermath of this life for you? We're used to seeing the super trainers, the big barns with multiple satellite, stables in other states. To have a horse like this, to have limited arrows in your quiver, but able to just hit a bullseye like this, what was that like for you?
Well, I mean, honestly, when he was running away from them, I was like ecstatic and stunned and just clapped at him. I was like, I can't even yell at you. I'm just clapping because it was just so amazing. And yeah, it doesn't happen a lot, 2-year-olds, and I've never had a 2-year-old like that, obviously. And the it was a roller coaster ride. Honestly, we the whole crew, we were so proud of him. We knew he could do it. We didn't know he was going to do it in that fashion. Um, Walking away from it, I started getting text messages or congratulations, and then boom, I got an offer, and I
I'm
was just
sure.
like, oh, Yeah. So honestly, I walked into the Horseman's Lounge, and Steve Asmussen was in there sitting down, and he said, "Well, you didn't beat a bunch of crows," and I was like, "Yeah," or whatever word he used, but I can't remember. But anyway, not bad horses. You got a nice horse, and I was like,
Right.
"Yeah." I said, "But I'm afraid I won't be training him for his next race. All the offers that are coming through already," and it was kind of a sad moment. It was really, really exciting, and then it was kind of
Oh,
like just turmoil in my heart. I was like, man, this is it. But wow, the owners stayed hooked. They just said, you know what, we raised these horses. That's what we want to do. I mean, why would we sell a horse that we've been trying to, raise? So, and I was hoping they, wouldn't get tempted. And man, they didn't. I'm so proud for
oh,
them. It paid
well,
off.
yes, and that is the other fun part of this equation. So this is a homebred for Cliff and Michelle Love. How interesting is that, Michelle Lovell, Michelle Love, part of this group? It's really a story that writes itself.
It does. I know. It's really, really funny because I've never met them, and can't wait to. We feel like we
I'm
know
sure.
each other already. And she actually she actually got a license. They told me after I started training for him that she got a license a couple years ago, owner, sorry, um, down at the fairgrounds, and it had Michelle Lovell, owner trainer, on it with her picture on it, and she was like, "How weird!" And she thought it was weird at the time, but we didn't know each other. And then after, we won, she pulled it out, and she's like, "Isn't that the craziest thing?" So yeah, it was written in the stars. I'm happy about it.
I love it. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. And even going back to you going to the Horseman's Lounge and there's Steve Asmussen there telling you about how you didn't beat just nobodies. It wasn't cupcake competition. Well,
Right.
yeah, the very next race, taken up to the grade two Saratoga special. He's got the favorite in there with Gulfport, who was coming into the race already a stakes winner, having won the Bashford Manor after breaking his maiden.
Mhm.
And here's what happened. Well, we'll show the race and you can give your impressions as the trainer. The grade two Saratoga special featuring Damon's Mound. So there we go.
Yeah, we were in a perfect spot. That's, we I didn't know what was going to happen. We were drawn inside, well, it was four horse field, but we were still the two, and this horse isn't slow. And I thought, well, if he figures it out and he breaks and he gets pressure, we don't know what's going to happen. And I prayed for this to happen, that he would just lay back behind him, and it was perfect. It was perfect for us. Now, in the turn when Gulfport got bothered, it
Yeah.
really bothered me. I don't like an unfair race. I
No,
mean,
I
we
hear
want
you
to
on that.
win. So, boxing somebody in or whatever is one thing, but to be a part of, someone, clipping heels or whatever, we
Right.
didn't like that. And I was glad we weren't a part of it. And his horse was very brave and got back on his feet and re-rallied. But
Yes.
we were going by him on the bridle, so I was really proud of my horse there. And he struggled a little bit to switch his leads both races. I don't know, he does not do that in the morning, and I believe it's just when he stretches out and doesn't have to be like asked and rushed off his
Mhm.
feet as he matures. I think that's not going to be a problem,
Well, yeah, I would
in
think
my
sometimes,
opinion.
and just,
So yeah, that was
and this
exciting.
is, I'm sure. How did you celebrate? I mean, Saratoga.
Well, I know we celebrated like 20 minutes of interviews in the winner circle, so that was crazy. And yeah, I didn't even get to watch the replay for a long time. And then we went up and drank champagne, lots of champagne.
There
We
you
drank a
go.
lot of champagne with friends, and the owners weren't there this time, but the David O'Farrell and his father, which I forgot his name, but they were awesome. Their whole family were there for the races anyway, and they were in the winners circle picture. And I was like, "You've got to come up and celebrate what an awesome job you did with this horse, raising him and getting him ready for me to, start his training and stuff. I mean, everything that David O'Farrell said about the horse was true. And, he knew he had a good horse to send us. And
Yeah.
it's just exciting. It's exciting for them. They're really proud of their stud, Girvin, um, and the loves they have. have more babies by Girvin out of that mare. So
Oh
everybody's
my
still really
gosh,
happy.
full
Yeah.
siblings. Jay here is saying, "Hello, Ren. Congratulations, Michelle. Hope you get to keep him in your barn." Well, yeah, I think that is lock, stock, barrel right there. He has a win at Churchill
Yeah.
Downs. I want to see him at Keeneland. Yes. So now I read that, and I think it makes total sense. You don't want to go through and ship him back up to try to go for the hopeful, quick turnaround. You're thinking maybe the Iroquois at Churchill, or get him on track where the Breeders' Cup's going to be held and have him run in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we do have a decision to make. Obviously, we'll let the horse help us. But those are the two, races that we hope to get him to, so
Yeah.
um, both
Well,
of them make
tickets on
sense, honestly. We're based at Churchill, and then, if we want to get to the Breeders' Cup, that's where, that's a nice race to try to go, have on target. So I don't know. It's a dream. The horse is he's good enough to dream about it.
Well, how
Yeah.
I something that I found so interesting is you got started with thoroughbreds with Cock Campbell at Dogwood, right? Or that was your
Hmm.
introduction to
I
the
did. Yeah.
thoroughbred? Yeah.
I
And you were
was.
breaking,
Yes.
yeah, and working with
Straight
Phil
out of high
Gleaves.
school.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
You looked
rode.
up the background. Yeah. Phil Gleaves was
I
my
did.
first job on the race. Yeah. He was super
No,
nice.
definitely.
What a good boss he was. And you know, everybody always asked me who my mentor was, which I never was an assistant. So, um, everybody I worked for was my mentor from, my first job, learning how to pull manes and muck stalls and groom horses on at Dogwood Farm. Every little thing I can remember, every little thing that I learned. And working for Phil Gleaves, I remember we always had to have our bridles like 5 fingers off instead of four, and big fat hollow snaffle bits. I mean, I still use that stuff. It's just really amazing that you take a little piece of everything with you. So yeah, I've worked for some
Yeah,
for, for some good people.
and you were leading apprentice jockey in 1990 at Gulfstream Park. So when you're taking that
Mm.
background of knowing what these horses should feel like when you're on their back, and yeah, I mean, you were breaking horse, you did it all. You did it all. How has this education
Did a
really,
little bit of
really
everything.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying it's got to give you an advantage when you understand the horse's physicality in so many different ways.
You know, yeah, I mean, I guess it's so you never know. Like you just keep learning, and I've just been very blessed to have been thrown into every little situation, so far, and I just keep learning. I mean, my first race at Saratoga, I still had to learn where are we going? What are we doing? What are we doing here? You know, there's still things to learn, but yeah, I've done a little bit of everything. I managed farms and I've taken care of weanlings and fold out mares and all kinds of stuff. Never even thought I was going to be a trainer. So um, I'm glad I got the opportunity to do it. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I loved riding races. I loved galloping horses. That's like my favorite job was just being on the back of a racehorse. And I was just teasing today. I was telling a friend of mine that's a trainer here, and I was like, man, I really still because she got on her horses. She doesn't get on very often anymore. And I go, man, I miss galloping horses. And then I was like, no, I don't. It's I don't want to get on those tough ones anymore. But yeah, I love horses. I think they're awesome.
Just breathing them in. And I love, so a really dear friend of mine is Janet Garaguso, and she takes photos up there at Saratoga and all the New York tracks, actually. But she's just an amazing person, and she took some beautiful photos of Damon following his win there in the Saratoga Special. This photo of Gabe just hugging the horse. And
That's
Liz
sweet.
Morris, yeah, Liz Morris's agent, by the way, got to give her a shout out too. She's a great human being. So there, yeah. I mean, this horse is just
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Yes,
Um,
she.
uh, just a really great day all the way around, right?
It was a great it was a great day. I mean, it's such a great day, and the only way we get there is horses. The horses get us there, but the owners that bring them, let us. It's like, who's letting me train all these horses? One day I looked down the shed and I was like, who's letting me train all these horses? It's so it's so neat. But boy, we need our crew too. I got an awesome
Yes.
crew. I've got people that for me for 16 years and 10 years and
Wow.
5 years, and they all had to pull it together because we're shorthanded like everybody. And so the guys had to take care of an extra horse while we were gone. I had to take a groom up to New York, and yeah, they're so important. I couldn't be more proud of my crew for, getting everything done while I was away, and the one that went with me. And then, Mike Maker, he let me come into his barn, which was an awesome situation. So my horse didn't have to be in the stakes barn looking at the bar across the way behind the paddock all night long.
Right.
Yeah. So
Oh.
everybody pulled together. It was really neat. I had so much help, and I have so many people behind me, happy for us all. So it's just a great feeling.
So now, how do you go forward? Okay, we're already talking about the potential next races for Damon's Mound, but in your mind, how does the training need to progress from now to whatever you do decide?
I mean, we're just gonna have to keep, doing what we do. I mean, I'm not gonna change a whole lot. I think, getting them to Churchill on a little bit heavier track, that was the only concern I had. The track here at Colonial, this place is an awesome place. The track is tighter though. We went to Saratoga. I knew that the times were slower and it was a deeper track, and that was a little bit concerning. And like, I'm not going to train the legs off my horse
No.
to try to match that, because I can't. We have a tighter track. So I think getting them to Churchill, to our home base once we leave here, and him training, good long gallops on a heavier track too. That'll he matured so much after his first race, um, thinking he's a man, so he's mature. He's going to mature every day. These horses change. He's just, he's an easy horse to train.
Well, speaking of, he thinks he's a man. You took this photo and you posted it on your Twitter page, and I just love this photograph. Talk about a beautiful horse. I think all horses are beautiful, but there's
Me
just
too.
something when this type of head in particular to me is just such a beautiful head. It's a smart eye. An intelligent head.
Yeah, that was him about 2 hours after his race, and from that stall he could see we were at Mike's barn is at the 3/8 pole about excuse me, and he could see the track. I mean, so the first day we were there, I got him there about 4 days early, and he would look at it, but he didn't get nervous. He was looking at it the first day pretty intense. I was like, okay, you can stop doing that. And then the next day he slept. And then and
Oh.
then after he won his race, that was him all afternoon. He'd take a bite of hay and then stop. He'd chew, and then he'd stop and he'd just stare at them and watch the horses race by. And he wasn't upset at all. I mean, he ran hard. He was tired, and but not exhausted, not limber-legged, and he just looks like he appreciates everything. I mean, he's just a neat horse, as you can see in that picture. I mean, that's a snapshot off my iPhone. It's not even a great shot, but he's beautiful, so it doesn't matter. That's how he looks. He's just a really classy, intelligent individual.
It looks like a portrait to me. I love it. Now, I'm going to tell our viewers you were going to try to go
Hmm.
and do this in front of his stall today. The Wi-Fi situation was not being
I am.
very kind, but I think Michelle's actually
So
going to try to drive us back to the barn right now. And not only does she
I
have
am. So
Damon's, oh yeah, go ahead. So, oh, if she's going to say if
no,
she pops out,
oh
she's
yeah. If I lose you,
if she loses us for, but we appreciate that you're going to try it. Not only does she have Damon's Mound
yeah,
back
it's
there,
just gonna take a minute to get back there.
yeah, and she also has change of control in the barn, who's going to be running at Saratoga this weekend, I believe.
Next Saturday, we'll enter tomorrow. Yeah.
And that's very exciting. And this is a horse I'm sure means a lot
And
to you. I believe you notched your 500th win with her.
yes, Yes, you did. You're studying. I love it.
Well,
That was really important.
yeah.
I love that mare. She's truly, like I said, I have my own horse that he just ran his eyeballs out. Just might. He won 7 stakes last year, and I own half of him. And I love him so much too. But change of control, I that she's not mine. I don't own her, but I love her. She is such a good
Oh,
racehorse. She's as classy as they come,
oh my goodness. I love
and
hearing that. I do love hearing that
and she's
she.
gonna go to Saratoga, and we're gonna run. Okay.
Okay, we're heading to the barn, everybody. So hopefully the signal stays connected. I will say, as I mentioned before, I did get a sneak peek. Change of control is beautiful, and Damon is just so handsome. So hopefully this holds out for us, and we'll be able to see them live from the
Here we
barn
are.
there.
Can you
Okay,
still
Michelle's made it to the
hear
barn. I
and
can still
see?
hear. I can still see. I love it.
It's probably in slow. Hear you.
We get you the inside. We get you
Yeah.
behind the gate into the
I
barn
won't
here.
I won't be able to hear you at all. I'm just gonna show.
That's right. Yeah, because the fans are so loud in the barn, Michelle
Change of
cannot hear
control.
me at this point, but she's going to show you the horses. So just hang tight and we're going to see. There's change of control with the blaze. Beautiful. See if I can make Michelle's video bigger for you so you can see the horses bigger and closer up.
That's just mine. He just ran.
Oh. And there's Damon's Mound, everybody, live right here on the Future Stars forecast. Look how beautiful this horse is. Michelle was telling me earlier that he's had a lot of visitors. He's had a lot of peppermints. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. There he is, our grade 2 Saratoga special winner. 2 for 2. Damon's Mound, trained by Michelle Lovell. Just an amazingly beautiful horse and exciting. So exciting. This show is about future stars, and this one looks like one on ascent for sure. I look forward to seeing the continued rise. So thank you for doing that.
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me now again, but
I
I
can
gotta
hear
tell
you.
you,
Yes.
yay!
Great.
I just thank you so much for
Did
doing that. I mean, that's so
you
cool.
get it?
Yes, it worked. It worked.
You're very
That's
welcome. So, did you get to see them pretty good, or did it stop?
yes.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
we got to see him. We got to see him being
Awesome.
playful and everything. And I was telling the viewers
That's
how he's
awesome.
had a lot of visitors. He's been getting a lot of peppermints. Um, but what a cool horse he is, and I'm so excited for you. And I'm excited to get to meet you. I've never had the pleasure, but it is definitely one to speak with you about not just Damon's Mound,
Yes.
but your own career. And we are rooting for continued success. And I think we're still connected. Can you still hear me? Oh, we might have lost connection. I'm not sure. Can you still hear me? Okay. Hello? Oh, Jay says he met you at Old Friends.
I could see you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jay's he's everywhere. He's so nice. But he's a great ambassador for racing too. And I think our connection
Slow
I think the internet connection finally is like,
down a little bit is all.
well, I just I
Yes,
have I'm sorry, go ahead.
I can.
Oh, I missed that part, but okay.
Yes.
Well, I just have to thank you again so much for your time,
Yeah,
Michelle. It's been awesome, and thank you for the backstage look at your star. And again, we're looking forward to
it's
seeing more from
struggling.
him. Oh, it's echoing. Okay.
No, I said
Well,
the internet connection is definitely struggling.
oh, it's struggling. That's for sure. But the horses aren't. Thankfully, the horses look great. And in any case, we got everything in that we wanted to do. We got the replays, we got the insight, we got the backstory, and we got the backstage pass with you here. So thank you so much for everything, Michelle.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll be talking to you again, I'm sure, and I'll see you out here in Kentucky. So, everybody, Michelle Lovell, trainer of Damon's Mound,
That's
thank you so much.
right.
thank, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the Future Stars Forecast. And everybody, we'll talk to you again next week.